What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts requested. Today, we're getting into this one, very heavily requested tune on the channel, the sounds of Timaya with Don Dada. I think we've reviewed one Timaya tune before, and that was a collaboration. I think it was with Buju a little bit earlier on in the year, but this one came out 8 months ago. I think it's on 3.1 million plays, so again, a really popular tune. I can understand why it was so heavily requested, and I'm very excited to get into this one today. But if you are new to the channel, please make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. We're trying to hit 17k before the new year, and we can definitely do that with your help, so please do get involved. As always, though, I'm very excited to jump into this one, so let's do it right away. There's a lot going on musically across this intro, man. So, from memory, just before we jump into this one, I remember really enjoying Timaya's vocal on, I think it was with Buju. Was it a tune called Cold Outside? I think that's the tune they did together. I remember really enjoying the input on that one. So again, hopefully we're going to enjoy this one. It's very heavily requested. Loving the instrumentation across this intro as well. A lot of different sounds and styles being woven into it. Again, electric guitars in there, very emotive piano keys. I'll be keen to see what happens when the drum lands on this one as well, purely because I don't expect it to be as scattered as it already has been. But we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Don Dada. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Almost like ska-like feel to it. Those syncopated chords are lovely.
Telling me how you feel it.
This is wicked, man. It's got a really kind of, again, a kind of almost futuristic ska kind of feel to it, but I'm kind of utilising some more sort of typical Afrobeat elements. Again, a lot of the instrumentation is a lot more sort of focused in that typical Afrobeat range, but again, the arrangement itself almost lends itself to a typical sort of ska-sounding arrangement with those big syncopated chords on the 2 and 4, giving the whole thing this really nice sort of melodic bounce, a sort of Again, it's a very sort of classic reggae, almost ska-like theme. But again, this probably comes from a numerous different set of roots. But overall, again, I really like the arrangement on this. Bassline's wicked, almost kind of pushing the entire tune forward. Loving the vocal direction so far as well. This sounds like we've got a bit of a banger here.
Them go fuck you up, eh? Telling me how you feel it. Yeah. The people you show love to, now them go fuck you up, eh? Yeah. Today broke, you say fuck up. I get guys when I bring up.
There's a lot going on, man. I'm loving the really subtle use of percussion on this one as well. If you listen into the background and the really sort of pan sections, you can hear a lot of kind of shaker action going on. There's a lot of kind of very organic sounding kind of hi-hats and shakers being rustling away in the background, basically giving the whole thing an extra sense of movement. On top of that, this really nice sort of quite organic sounding acoustic guitar line running throughout the middle of the tune. Again, almost letting off almost sort of Latin sort of vibe, Mediterranean sort of sounding melodies in there as well. The whole approach to this is fantastic so far. Like, the actual general arrangement is great. I can see why this was such a popular tune at the time.
All these guys when they insult, so nice and I won't stop. My level can never drop. I'm the role model and the big boss. All the money when I get, I wanna hold it. I don't wanna go to the club one night, I'm bloody. Get me now.
Really good use of vocals, man. Again, I think the thing I remember about Timaya was this really cool kind of use of vocal harmonies. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. I've heard it maybe a couple of different ways. I'm assuming it's Timaya, but it might be a completely different pronunciation. Again, apologies if so. Please leave a phonetic pronunciation of it in the comments down below if I am saying it wrong. However, I really like the approach vocally, man. The sort of harmonies drifting in and out, especially over this sort of like one-drop style chorus block, works really cleanly. And the whole thing, despite the video having a slightly sinister feel to it, it feels like a very sort of positive, upbeat tune. Again, I might be missing a few bits I always do with the videos especially, but the actual arrangement is all very upbeat and ascending. So yeah, really nice approach so far.
The best investments on yourself, oh. Aye. I don't want yes, so nobody come pick my call no more. What's my name? Don Dada. Say again. Don Dada. What's my name? Don Dada, Don Dada, I think you're Don Dada.
Gotta say as well, there are some very attractive women in this video. Shadow of a doubt, it's crazy. I'm getting a bit lost in it, but yeah, just in general, the arrangement is great. I'm loving the sort of almost delicacy of the performance vocal-wise on this one. The way Timaya's kind of coming into it, doing that sort of, you know, dun, dun, dun. It's got this really kind of finessey feel about the vocal performance. And overall, I think they're doing a fantastic job of keeping the energy levels high throughout this one. Again, the actual rhythm and melodic approach is quite repetitive, but again, the use of vocals and that sort of swaggy approach is giving it this very interesting sort of feel listening from a listenership perspective. Like, you can just take this in, puts you in a good mood. It's very difficult not to move to as well. So yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking the video as well. I'm going to try and take a bit more notice of the actual video itself. I'm sure I'm missing something. I usually do.
Say again, Don Dada. What's my name? Call me Don Dada. Say my name, Don Dada. Every day I just say go. No time. Then they hate, but that's easily I get so much loving. I don't understand how you help a brother and turn them back on you.
This midsection, man, it almost takes me back to... it's not like it almost takes me back to like a UB40 sort of arrangement, like the actual instrumentation, the way it's been put together. It just reminds me of sort of like almost like early UK ska. That's the general vibe I'm getting off the arrangement. Obviously, that's not what it is, and there are different instrumentation pieces in there that are giving it its different kind of feeling. But the overall arrangement's so enjoyable to listen to, man. I think from what I'm gathering from the video, this is almost like a kind of chop shop scenario. He's sort of the guy in charge of what's going on. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting. Again, I may be missing a ton of different bits, but overall this is cool, man. Definitely a tune that I'm enjoying, definitely one that I'm happy we actually got the chance to sit down and review. Obviously we only found out about Timaya through a collaboration, but actually seeing people doing their own solo projects and us getting to review them is one of my favourite parts about this requested series.
Every day till I die, they can never see me fall. That one I like. Oh, all the money in the world, I wanna hold it. It's stupid. I don't wanna go to the club one night and blow it. The best investments on yourself, oh. Don't believe it, man.
So, is he like teaching a how to better yourself course? Is that what's going on in the other room? The video is a little confusing, man. Obviously, you've got these ridiculously attractive women walking around. You've got loads of cars that are either getting worked on or having cash stored into them. Don't really quite understand the direction of the video. Again, let me know in the comments down below. But overall, really, really clean. The actual tune itself is starting to sound a little bit repetitive. It's still pleasing, but I feel like all the elements we're now hearing, we've already heard twice with not much differentiation. So at this point, I would, from a listener's perspective, I'm kind of crying out for a bit of variation. We've got about a minute to go. I'm assuming we're going to get through the rest of this chorus and then go into a bit of an outro bridge, but we'll see as we move forward. But overall, I am enjoying this one, I've got to say.
Nobody can pick my call no more. Yeah. What's my name? Don Dada, papi. Say again. Don Dada, papi. What's my name? Don Dada, Don Dada, I'm Don Dada. What's my name? Don Dada. Say again. Don Dada. What's my name? Call me Don Dada.
Just a note on the percussion as well. Like I'm listening to this through panned headphones, obviously, and I'm getting about 6 or 7 different pieces of percussion that are the things that are really driving the tune forward in a rhythmic sense. Like the majority of the actual movement of the tune isn't coming from the syncopation, it's coming from these little percussive stutters that we're getting drifting from left to right. Definitely a tune that I'd recommend listening to on more than one speaker. Like, definitely don't, this isn't a 1 headphone tune, this is a 2 headphone job, just so you can kind of appreciate the use of space that's being put together through those pieces of percussion. And the fact that, I've got to say, actually, rhythmically, this isn't the thing that's kind of making it sound repetitive. It's literally the fact that there hasn't been that much change in the sort of verse, chorus, bridge structure. We've sort of heard everything already. The actual percussive side of things is definitely keeping me entertained.
I love me. Stupid, happy, Rick Chillo. Right.
This is nice. It's kind of cool that we go from that big sort of, well, well, very sort of happy sounding arrangement to this almost quite emotive bridge for the outro. I wasn't expecting that. And again, the variation is what I cry out for a lot of the time on tunes like this. Anything that's got a kind of generally more happy, upbeat, kind of major kind of feel, I always cry out for more variation because it's easy to make happy stuff sound repetitive. You've got a bit more room to work with if you're working in minor keys in regards to making stuff not sound repetitive, but this needed a bit of a switch up towards the end, which we have finally got, so fair play. We'll let this one run through to the end and then give our final breakdown. There we go then. Directed by Unlimited LA. The video itself is very, very clean. I like all the arrangements and stuff like that. I think I may have just got a little bit lost in what the video is supposed to denote. But overall, this is solid, man. It's definitely solid. I can see why it was as popular as it was. And why it hit 3.1 million plays in such a short space of time. Very fair play to Timaya. The vocals are great. It's very catchy. It's got a lot of catchy elements about it for me. Towards the end, I would have liked a little bit more variation, maybe a different verse, maybe a switch up in flow or something like that. But again, that's my personal preference, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who love this one just the way it is. So there we go. As always, my friends, thank you for joining us here on CubCamTV. If you did enjoy this sort of technical analysis and musical breakdown, please make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. There are a couple of big videos dropping this week, so you can look out for those here on the channel. We're going to try and be first to the market, as we always are. But that's it from me, though. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.